Greetings, everyone. My name is Pippa Fleming, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who keep track of me, you know it's been a long time since I've put forth any content, but I felt compelled to do so after reading an email from one of the co-founders of the Butch Voices Conference. Butch Voices celebrated its 10th year anniversary, and the conference centers around those who identify as gender nonconforming, masculine of center, non binary women and their allies. What I found really challenging for me in reading the email as a Black, female born, female identified, butch lesbian was the languaging. And I find it that it's particularly the languaging that PC white folks use, um, where they feel, I don't know, do they think they get an extra chip in the, I don't know, an extra fucking card when they go to heaven when they say Black transgender women are murdered every day? If you know your history of the Black body in the United States of America, since they brought us over here on ships, the Black body, no matter what it comes in, is killed every single day. Whether we're killing each other or folks is killing us, the Black body faces a war against it, no matter female, male, or intersex. No matter you're born female and you decide I want to be a transgender male. If you're born male and you decide I want to be a transgender woman. Or if you're born female and you identify with your body and you're born male and you identify with that body, the Black body in the United States of America is in peril. So it really gets my goat when we are talking about the pantheon of us, when white folks feel that they need to think they educate. Who do you think you're educating when you say this? You mean, I wish you'd be more specific and say, okay, white people, you need to catch up with what's going on for people of color. Okay, so I don't need your education around the peril that I face every day. So that one really irritates me. The other thing that I find very disconcerting is the ahistorical knowledge of the Black female body in this country. Um, for some reason, in our community right now and in our discussions, the only body that we seem to be talking about that's in peril is the transgender body. And we can't afford to do this because it serves no one, particularly if you're a person of color on this stolen land. And it turns me off. The first thing you're gonna do is turn me off is, with this liberal thing of pointing out who's dying. First of all, to put hierarchy on bodies of color around who's dying first is that's gonna get you in trouble. And it sets up this precedent that it's unnecessary. Here we go again, beating each other over the head over master's little scraps. Um, the other thing that I find very disconcerting is although that there's a L, a B, a G, a T, a Q, and an I in the pantheon, the plight of the transgender woman is placed at the feet of lesbianism. And I find that very disturbing that an ancient tribe as lesbians, female born, uh, is now facing the challenge of getting on our backs without question and saying, well, why is it okay for you to have a gay men support group, transgender support group, queer support group, but and a bisexual support group. But when I say that I need time with my female-born, female-bodied sisters, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? I want someone to explain that to me. Um, I remember when I worked at the Tenderloin AIDS Resource Center in San Francisco, and our clientele were transgender, bisexual, lesbian, gay, represented the whole pantheon. And I was asked by a group of transgender women if I would lead their support group because I was non binary. And I said, you know what? Let's be real. Yes, I can relate to your struggles, but you need to see a transgender woman at the helm talking about the unique issues that you face. It is not appropriate for me to run a transgender women support group when I don't occupy that group. Yes, I'm a good counselor. Yes, I can lead you. Of course, I could speak about the issues, the daily life, the things that you would encounter because of my knowledge of being a class of people that is marginalized and oppressed. But it is not my place to assume that role. I wouldn't go to a black gay men's male bodied support group and say, you're offending me because you need to get together. And what I want to challenge people on is you would never, a white person would never go to a group of black people who say we need this space to talk about what we have in common, our shared oppression, our shared story, our shared culture. They would not go into that group and say, hey, you're offending me because you black folks are getting together and I'm not included. Okay, we have a word for that. Okay, it is it's wackadoodle. So when we come, if we're not willing to look at what the unique uh, experiences that we all have in the bodies that we have, you don't get to condemn the lesbian female born bodied woman because she loves her body and decides that she wants to be exclusive with female bodied women. Because let me tell you, dick don't taste like pussy. Anyone who wants to tell you that shit is a lie. Okay, it's called a preference. Okay, you could wear a skirt, you could wear a suit, you could wear a malong to hide that dick, and I still wouldn't want it. It's called a preference. Okay, if I say I like chocolate ice cream versus vanilla, you ain't got me up against the wall. So what we need to talk about is why this is being done to women, and it's definitely not happening to gay men. Okay, their gay men's spaces are being held, they're being preserved, the history is being preserved, they're not being shut down, they're not having violent attacks on them, they're not being deplatformed because they are men and because we live in patriarchy, okay, and because they are male. Let me be even more specific and say because they are male. All right? Until we are able to sit at the table like we used to be able to sit and recognize our unique differences, yet once again, why is the need to put the square in the circle when we can just all be who we are? Okay? I am a fool as a female bodied woman to think that I know every nuance and I can speak for a community of transgender women who has their own unique experience, okay? This need to homogenize and make everything the same is ridiculous to me. As a black female identified born lesbian, I would never, ever go to a group of black transgender women and bust the door down and say, how dare you get together and meet? It's an affront to me. You know what? That sounds a little white to me. You know what? That sounds a little patriarchal to me. So quit shutting down the conversation because you do not want to address truth. I come in a black, female, lesbian, gender non-conforming butch body. Okay? So when you try to separate and compartmentalize my life instead of accepting me as a whole, you are doing a disservice to black lesbians. You are also doing a disservice to transgender women. The experiences may intersect, but they are not the same. I don't look at myself and the need to fit myself everywhere. That is what we're not addressing. I don't need you to feel exactly like me because you're a transgender woman, because you never will. But there will be places that will intersect, just like I don't need black males to understand and know everything. We must exchange with each other. Okay, we must speak to each other about our unique differences, as well as where we intersect. There's nothing. We don't go out in nature and look at its difference and tell nature it's not beautiful. But this need to do that, uh, the need to make everything the same, to homogenize it. I don't have the same realities as a black, female bodied butch lesbian, as a transgender bodied black woman. They're not the same. I don't even feel compelled to make them the same, nor do I feel compelled to be the same as a black straight woman. I don't feel the need. I don't feel like someone left me out of something because they're different from me. I've never felt, oh, there's transgender women to get together. That's an affront to me. Or black men are getting together. That's an affront. We need that. Nature is exclusive, and nature is also integrated, like humans are. So until we're able to sit at the table and our unique experiences are understood without all this academic goobly got white academic shit, and how this shit came from academia anyway, and that white power structure, I'm not going to sit around and tote ideas that come from the white patriarchal power structure. And we need to really start looking at the ways we're backing people up and neglecting others. The notion that because I like pussy and I don't like dick, no matter how it's disguised, makes me transphobic is ridiculous. What you all are is racist for telling black women, women of color, that we don't exist. Okay? Our sex-based oppression, our bodies that we come in, that they don't have a uniqueness to them. And the lesbian is asked to accept everybody, everything but herself. I'm going to tell you what, and you know this is true. There are not groups of men sitting around going, oh, where are transgender men? Oh, there are no women. Men, because of patriarchy, have always been able to be exclusive. No one ever fucks with that dick and tells them that dick ain't real. Okay? You even have trans women with penises telling me that I have to suck that dick. I don't have to suck that dick because it's a dick. I don't like a dick. Just like I don't like peanut butter ice cream. When y'all get brave enough to sit down and actually speak about this shit, let me know.